Alright, here we are in the finals of the first pod. We have a keeper. Alright, revealed forest. Doesn't give me a ton of information except that maybe he's a little bit land light. So I'm going to play Stonewaker first because I do want to trade this. I have a great answer to a 3-1 in hand for quite a while. And I don't want to trade 2 damage for 3. For very long I can help it. Okay, green-white is scary. I'm going to hold up Searing Light to kill the Courier Griffin. Or Sylvan Advocate if he happens to attack with it. If he's not going to attack or block with it, he's going to start to feel a little bit silly, so I expect him to attack if he has a trick. Or to start blocking. Getting allied reinforcements doesn't do really anything against a board of 2/3s. Alright, so I'm gonna get lead by example out of the game here. Okay. So I'm just gonna attack with both. And then play a beefy flyer. Okay, so our opponents missed some land drops, which means this Sylvan Advocate's eventually gonna have to trade off. I'm not gonna block. I think my Step Glider is more valuable than taking 2 here. Okay. Alright, so we're empty-handed, but we're very far ahead. A Relief Captain or a Press the Advantage, and we're probably just gonna win. Okay, that's not good. That's problematic. Okay. So we need to draw something pretty quick here. So that breaks the stall pretty well. Well, alright, so now I can double block the Sentinel. Very likely with a token. Not Linvala, please. His own Relief Cap. Okay. So this is going to be a little bit difficult to deal with. This is also the player that I was probably passing to that ended up with a couple isolation zones, so that's something to keep an eye on. Okay, so the board stall is maintained, which isn't necessarily. Oh, I forgot to gain life. Forgot to gain life. So I'm gonna bring Smite in game 2. I'll focus in a little bit here. Ugh. Just give these guys flying. We're pretty much dead now. Ultimancer's focus doesn't do much here. He's probably just going to attack me in the air here. Well, this is a 2-turn clock. Well, never mind, 3. Because of the War Cleric. Okay. Alright, this will buy me a couple. I would still expect him to just attack here. The Spawn Binder's probably a turn late. So I'm going to go to 4 here. Then I can start tapping down the Sentinel. So I'll probably need to draw an ally to even have enough blockers, because nothing blocks the Scythe Master currently. Ultimancer's focus will help with that. So he's probably considering Alpha Strike here. Yep. So I think what we do is we say block, block, block. Lithomancer's focus means that he'll only kill the relief captain. Alright, so I still have outs. Granted, not many. Boulder Salvo might actually just get me out of this game. Press the advantage. So I press the advantage and I take the Ghostly Sentinel. We go 3-3. I'll get through 11 damage. I could also make 2 4/4s. Then I'm still just dead on the swing back. I could have just used that for counters. So now I'll attack with everything. I have to say block. Block. In this, I guess I should have technically tapped this guy. Boulder Salvo still comes close to getting me out of this. Isolation zone. Okay. Yeah, so we've got nothing. Commando doesn't do it. Okay. So we're playing against green-white. It's going to be a relatively hard matchup. I don't have any way to deal with those flyers. The real question is, do I want to just go wide? Do I want to bring in Oath of Gideon and Inspired Charge? Smite's probably coming in for sure. I still don't like the Inspired Charge plan. So I'll get rid of an Aeronaut. I'm going to bring in Smite. I'm going to take out Focus and put in Dazzling Reflection. Because if I have to double block, it's a much better trick. And it looks like this is a game where a lot of double blocks take place. I'm going to keep this. I don't like it at all, but I have a huge flyer that can win me the game, and I can loot away these lands if I draw like War Cleric or something early. Stonewaker is not an ally. Maybe that should have been the cut over the Aeronaut. Aeronaut would be a lot better here. I think I attack. Obviously it's worse for a Relief Captain to attack there, but I need to get damage in where I can. I'm fairly confident I'm attacking into a removal spell here, but like I said, I can't really afford to not get damage in. Well, that's pretty brutal. So he needs another ally to make this work. Okay, Environmental Mage will get some damage in for me. So far this board state plays pretty well with press into service. He's considering attacking. If he attacks, I'm pretty likely to play Shadow Glider now. Although that doesn't give me a... I can't loot in that case. I'm not going to be able to loot anyways. I'm not going to play the Environmental Mage yet. Okay. This means Environmental Mage is going to get some damage through for me, most likely. Well, that's pretty annoying. Alright, so next turn I can play land, Environmental Mage, and have Dazzling Reflection up. I need to use the Environmental Mage as basically a spell, I think. Again, an ally is going to put a pretty big damper on what I'm trying to do. We need some things to go right to win this game. Our biggest threat is already removed. Valakut Predator can push for damage. And we have a flyer. So we certainly can get there. He plays like Saddleback Lagak. It's not an ally. Okay, so Dazzling Reflection is looking pretty good here. It's almost certainly an attack for 7. Apparently not. So I'm pretty happy to have the smite here. I'm just going to kill it. So press into service is still going to be a great draw if we can find it. 6 mana is probably not good for me, especially since he paid for 1 red? How did he even pay? How did he even add 1 red? Oh my god. And he has it. Brutal. Would Dazzling Reflection have... Yeah, if I'd played the land, would have had a chance. That's tough.